What's up, baby?
That's how you walk in?
That's how I do it. Yeah, you know who I am. I don't need no introduction, do I? Tell me when we get started.
Your time is on you.
I like that. What's going on, fellas? I'm gonna talk at you for a few minutes, then I'm gonna let you ask me anything you want. Before I left Dallas to talk to y'all, to go on this trip that I'm taking with my son going to Florida State and going to Southern Miss, had to be I had to prepare for it. Had to pick out what I was gonna wear. Never thought about really what I'm gonna say. I really just let the Lord use me. But it has to be preparation. To get here this morning, NFL Network had to send a car, had to make sure I was straight, so there had to be some preparation. But what I do in life, I didn't just stumble up on the airport. There had to be some plans and some preparation. So whatever you do, you got to prepare for it. You don't just stumble up on anything. There has to be preparation. I'm going to alliterate this thing so I understand the P. The next letter is R. After we prepare and get ourselves together so we can do and be who we want to be and go and do the things we want to go, there has to be a responsibility. And God is not going to give you more than you can handle, understanding your responsibility. To even speak to y'all today, I had to be somewhat responsible for you to even give me this floor, to give me this platform. That has to be responsibility. They had to trust that I would say some things that would enlighten you, that would challenge you, that would drive you to get to the next level. That's responsibility. No matter what you do, what job is at hand, what is the task, even as a father, there comes a responsibility. Now we must prepare. We must be responsible. Now here comes the intelligence. There has to be an intellect. There has to be some type of intelligence to do what you do. There's no way you can sit in this room and you're a straight out idiot. We may not oftentimes make the right decision, but there has to be an intelligence. Before you get on the field, before you got in your car, before you even got this far, before you even migrated to college, before you even came to where you are, there has to be some type of intelligence and a decision-making process that you understand that now this is left and this is right. Now, if I stay right, I'm going to be all right. But if I take that left, there's going to be ramifications. So there has to be some type of intellect and intelligence. It's no way I can sit up here and with a gold jacket that ain't by and ain't have no intelligence. See, people take that for granted. You guys are studying a lot of the players you're playing against. I studied the coordinators because there was a true intelligence. One of the best plays I ever made had nothing to do with athleticism. It was an intelligence. Coach Trubisky was there. He don't recall this, but I was playing for Washington. I was late in the game. It was late in my career. I wasn't that dude that you grew up on, but I was still relevant. And I can remember playing against the Giants in New York. And the ball was on the far hash. The receivers was at the top of the numbers. And I said, okay, Bang 8 is coming. Because there had to be an intelligence. There had to be a study habit that I had that was insatiable. So I can remember him coming off the ball. And I'm down. I'm like, I know this Bang 8 is coming. And this was the greatest play I ever made. And you don't even know about it. Because as he was coming towards me, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, T is a receiver coach. That's what he did for quite some time. The Bang 8 is the fourth outside foot last time I checked. But during the play, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick. That's what it was. Because there had to be an intelligence, and that's what I played with. Oftentimes, you thought it was just athleticism. I knew their game. I knew their names. I knew what was the thought process behind it. Now, after that, now there has to be management skills. I had to learn to manage me. I had to learn to manage my time. I had to learn to manage the environment, what was around me. Sooner or later, in baseball, football, they call it the coach. In baseball, it's ironic, they call it the manager. Seems like it's the same thing, isn't it, coach? It's a manager. What is a manager? Someone who manages a multitude of things. He has a tremendous responsibility. He has a tremendous intelligence. He has to prepare as well. But until you learn to manage your time, to manage your mind, and to manage yourself, there's going to always be a problem. Do you manage? How well do you manage? I mean, when ain't nobody looking. It's easy to manage when these cameras are on, but when ain't nobody looking, how well do you manage? When your old lady don't know what time it is, how well do you manage? When the kids are hollering, where's daddy? Are you managing? I need to know how you manage family, how you manage responsibilities. Now the last one, this is the easy one, but oftentimes it seems hard. It's the expectation. See, the difference of some of you have tremendous. Others, you may not, because you hadn't reached that level yet of expectation. Some of y'all, time you walk on the field, there's an expectation. Some of you, when you get out the car in the morning, there's an expectation. You're tired or you're exhausted, but when you get home and the babies run up to you, there's an expectation. When you get home and you ain't spent time with your old lady, there's an expectation. When your mama see you, there's an expectation. When your homies see you, there's an expectation. Everything you do in life, there's going to be an expectation. But the thing I tried to do was exceed my expectation, because I was trying to give you more than you ever expected. I never boast about it much, although you may think I did, but I try to exceed the expectation. Jalen got this misconstrued one time because, he didn't understand the origin of crime. He's a youngster. I never talked to my opponents. I respected them too much. Never. Only time I ever was combative really was with Andre Rison. The reason I was like that is because that was my brother. See, I left my brother, and we had a bond like no other, and he didn't understand how I could leave him in this desolate situation like that, or there was no winning in the outcome, and he was angry. So he retaliated in the wrong manner, and I had to exceed expectation. But I never talked. I only talked to the media afterwards, and I told them what I did, never what I was going to do. I just stated what I did in a charismatic fashion, because at that time, our defensive backs didn't make the kind of money that you guys are commanding. So I had to create a whole image and a brand that exceeded all of that. There's no reason for a guy that hadn't played one lick of professional football should be the highest paid DB in the league, and he ain't done nothing. It should have been Ronnie Lott or one of those guys. But when I saw the data that they presented to me in college and said we were one of the lowest paid positions, I had to do something about that. I want 10% from all of y'all, by the way, too, for exceeding the expectation. I don't think you know it or not, but I don't know if some of y'all are writing down, but I just gave you the acronym of PRIME. What's the P? What's the R? What's the I? What's the M? What's the E? I gave you pride. It's who I am. It's what I'm about. It's what I do. That's how I got down. That's how I still get down. I'm never going to go somewhere unprepared. I'm going to always understand the responsibility. I'm going to always have a sense, a greater awareness of intelligence, because I study. No matter what it is, I study, and I'm willing to read, to study up on something that I may not know, and I'm a great manager of my time and my mind and my money. I'm going to say that again. And my money. Okay? Then I would exceed expectation. Even when a small token speech like this, that I didn't even study or prepare. This is just off the heart, off the chest, because I just pray, God, what you want me to say to these kids, man? Well, I call y'all kids because y'all could be my sons, honestly. I'm that old. I just look like this.